Thank you, David. It's lovely to be here. One of my favorite places to play. This is my second time. Darren's first.
Yeah. Amazing.
Is this what I was meant to do? Write lonely, heartbroken songs for you to cry and sing along to all the things that I've done wrong. To think about it hurts somehow, but I guess it's what I do best now. That's what's coming through loud and clear. Maybe I could bring about a life I dream about. Without a doubt, I'm almost halfway there. It's got a big countryside, a river runs down to the tide, and I've been sitting by your side for years. I don't know if it's right or not. It's my first time, or so I thought, and I believe in more every day. I don't see it any other way. A lot of things I couldn't seem to just throw away are staying. Even to this day I'm praying, help me stop the games I'm playing. All I got is memories and a lot of possibilities. I can't lose them even if I try. I don't know if it's right or not. It's my first time, or so I thought, and I believe in more every day. I don't see it any other way. I don't see it any other way. No, I don't see it any other way. Thank you. That's a new song. This one was written a few years back and recorded on my last album, my fourth album. There's only 3 out there. I have one album that's only available online right now. But this one is the album Wreck House, and the song is called Natural Law. I'm bragging about how well my guitar is staying in tune, but I should just check it. Good idea. It's in tune with itself. thing. You gotta know what you want, then you can say it. It's the natural law, nothing can sway it. It's the natural law, nothing can sway it. You know the part where both our hearts are blown apart. I know my part. Can we start to grow together? To grow together. To grow together. Again. Thank you. That's our rocker for the evening. Got that out of the way. This is a song that I wrote out of frustration, this next song, but for not really writing everything I want to write in my journal, because I'm afraid someone's going to read it when I die. And so I wrote a song called Burn My Journal. And I sang it in Ireland, and a woman came up to me and told me that she has 2 people lined up to burn her journal when she dies. So I felt way less neurotic. I had a new friend instantly. But I now have a disclaimer because my mom went to the 100-year anniversary of the CN Railway and got me this journal. So don't burn this one, is all I'm saying. But all the rest are going in the fire. So here we go, Burn My Journal. Burn my journal. Is it safe when I die? Burn my journal. I'd be crazy to lie. All those years of never knowing who'll peep inside. When I die, burn it up. When I die, I can take it. When I'm dead and gone, my mistakes won't mean a thing. They're just wrong. Still, I added everything, even though it belongs. When I'm gone, burn it up. When I'm gone, if you get a mention, then I loved you so. Even if my words didn't show. If you get a mention, then I loved you so. Even though, oh, oh, well, I've got something now to say, but I know I won't. I'll take it with me in my little boat. We are sailing over Jordan's ever-spanning tide. On to glory, my secret and I. Thank you. I got to write a few songs over the a very grounded time frame we've been through. I'm always on the go, so it made me stay home and write, which is a good thing because now I'm back in the studio and gonna make a new record. Excuse me, and lots of time to reflect. And I think a lot of people are realizing that there's things they're at they don't want to be at, and things they want to be at that they're kind of not doing. And that was my case. I have been playing music, obviously, for years, but not 100% of my time has been going into it. I was always have another job. Anyway, I wrote this song about just stopping and facing life once you have to isolate, and moving forward through the doubt. So I wrote this song, and it ended up being called "Get Down on It," and I realized that's a Kool and the Gang song too. So yeah, this is the name of this one, "Get Down on It," and here we go. Still working on my introduction for that one.
I thought it was good.
Thanks. I have this pedal which mutes my guitar, which is really funny because obviously you can still hear it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had to isolate, had a life to face, to-do list ended, time suspended. You wipe your face to an empty plate and feed what's been lost. There's an empty space, but you hesitate. You could jump on, bump, bump, bump. What you feel inside is the only guide you can be it when you're free. Get down on it, roll it out. You can't keep running on runner's doubt. You won't be wondering when you hear them shout for more. Get down on Thank you. All right. Go
Yeah.
down to the Blue Ridge Mountains now.
Cool.
I took a trip, 19 years ago now, and I get to keep talking about it because I keep introducing these songs. I wrote 3 songs down in like Tennessee, North Carolina area, and so I'm just gonna sing them all for you tonight. This first one is called the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I took a little break from teaching yoga as I was doing at the time and traveled down to see one of my favorite songwriters, Gillian Welch, in concert, playing at the Old Ryman Auditorium with the Chieftains and a whole bunch of other artists that are all just amazing, like Emmylou Harris, and so yeah, it ended up being a pretty awesome trip as I think back on it. One of the cool things about it, I went as far as New York. I have a good friend there, my friend Bob, and I took the ferry and I took the bus, and then in New York I was planning to take the bus to North Carolina. And Bob's friend Renee offered me his 1982 Mercedes-Benz for 3 weeks to drive down and see these concerts. And so I was like, okay, if you want to. And I didn't have a radio, but I was like, I guess I'll take it anyway. So I took this car down there and had a wonderful time. Ended up, I have a good friend who lives down there who I went to school with, and he decided it was a good idea to go down this river, the Ocoee River. It's a Class 4 rapids river, and he took me down that in an inflatable canoe. And it was the most terrifying thing that I remember my legs shaking because he said, if we happen to capsize, just make it over to the shore, see if you can grab your oar, and I'll come and get you. And so that happened. And he came and got me, and just remember stepping back into the boat, like my legs were shaking so much. And we got to the bottom, and he said, I can't believe we made it down there in that thing. Because he'd never done it before. He's only gone down in his kayak. So this song mentions the rivers, and years later I was like, well, that's why I put the rivers part in there, because I had that crazy experience. But I ended up writing this song and having a mention of saints and alcohol in the chorus of it, because my friend Patty Barry and I joke with that phrase when I told him that, you know, I have 3 sisters, so there's 4 girls in our family, and I'm the youngest, and I was the one who liked to party the most. And as I got older, I realized, wait a second, 3 of my sisters are named after saints, and I'm named after alcohol. So there you go. So if you're wondering why there's that's a little combo of ideas in this song, that's why. It's called the Blue Ridge Mountains. Pour out a dream and hit the road. Never felt the light or low. Always did what she was told. Put her dreams on hold. Drove as far as she could go. Didn't miss the radio. Time flew by like every town. She didn't stop to look around. Way down in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where the sun shines like gold. At night you hear the rivers, they run like buffalo. Just going to drink a little more of this. It's water. Doesn't sound like it. My voice just started getting really raspy. It's not whiskey, though, I swear to God. It's Corner Brook water. So, continuing on the trip, second time I saw Gillian Welch on that trip, she was opening up for Nickel Creek. And on my way home from that show, I was driving behind a car that had a bumper sticker on it. It said, "We Still Pray." And I started to write a song. It brought me back to where I grew up in Middle Cove, just near St. John's. And the area we grew up on was a beautiful farmland that my family owned for years. It was settled with my ancestors when they came over from Ireland in the 1800s, around 1860. So it's a very special place. And I wrote it from the perspective of my parents. So I just thought I'd check in with my mom and see if she's still praying. It turned out at the time I was on the list of the top 3 people she was praying for. 2 sick people and me. And so I got that part right. But then I had a line in this song that says, "We work the land for leisure now, to feel it in our hands," because my dad wasn't farming for work. He was working on the railroad, so he was a hobby farmer. And I thought, well, this line works. And then my sister overheard him the first time he heard that song, and he said, "I'll leisure, yeah." So I always had to say, okay, this is not leisure. I realized, especially when I was in Cormac today, I was like, farming is not leisure, yes. So this is called it's called Sweetland. This is a place in Nova Scotia. I kind of stole it and named the meadow and the whole area behind our house Sweetland. We still pray, we still take a walk together, and the crowd will come on Sundays when they can. Come what may, there's sunny days and ocean sprays, riches that'll never make you grand. We work the land for leisure now, to feel it in our hand. Here on this sweet land, I can't say which time of year is better. You just never know the weather till that very day. That's okay. It comes hand in hand with understanding. Some things are never gonna change. I never thought I'd say I like the way nothing goes as planned. Here on this sweet land, this round runs for acres. I'm pretty sure it's all been underneath my feet. Where the old road runs across it, the rivers, the marshes, to the tiniest creek, cold and sweet. We still pray, we still take a walk together, and the crowd will come on Sundays when they can. Come what may, there's sunny days and ocean sprays, and riches that'll never make you grand. We work the land for leisure now, to feel it in our hands. Here on this sweet land, I never thought I'd say I like the way nothing goes as planned. Here on this sweet Thank you. I mentioned on my way down there, my friend Bob, who he lives in New York. He used to live on a sailboat. He's married with 2 kids now, so that got pretty cramped. It was a small 30-foot boat, and but when I'd go to visit, that's where I would stay, and it's on the Hudson River on the New Jersey side, and it was a lovely way to experience New York. Just get the ferry over to Manhattan and then get out of the hustle and the bustle and go back to the boat. So the one day I did take the ferry over, and I got off at the wrong stop. I didn't mean to, but I ended up walking past a Ground Zero and got very overwhelmed with it all. And it was the next day I was just sitting on the boat because it was a rainy day, and didn't have any plans, whatever. I just sat there and was trying to learn a finger-picking pattern, and I came up with this song called This Old Boat, and it's kind of like a healing song, I think. Anyway, it all came out in one morning, which was really good, because sometimes it takes me about 13 years to finish a song. So this is called This Old Boat. This old boat turns the water white. Waves carry a sparkling light. Stay inside, watch through the holes. The sun is warm, but the wind is cold. When night falls, they won't see you cry. The moon won't laugh at you. Stars won't lie. Soon all the bright city lights are out of sight. We won't hear a sound. In the morning, look to the sky. See the gray clouds pass you by. We'll talk of weather and far-off lands, golden treasures, silver sands. When night falls, they won't see you cry. The moon won't laugh at you. Stars won't lie. Soon all the bright city lights are out of sight. We won't hear a sound. Wherever you go, that's where you'll be. In the middle of nowhere, on the deep blue sea. It's just horizons and blue on blue. And this old boat will carry you through. When night falls, they won't see you cry. The moon won't laugh at you. Stars won't lie. Soon all the bright city lights are out of sight. We won't hear a sound. We won't turn around. Thank you. Here's another new song. As I mentioned in my first song, I'm back to writing a lonely, heartbroken song. So here's a good one for you. This is called Sea of Memories. We're going back to electric. My heart's asleep. My soul sailed away. It's floating on yesterday. It's floating on memories. A sea of memories. With no trajectory, given the forces, given the magnitude of all the love we knew. A sea of love for you. I want you and me to make more. Maybe I could wake my heart with gratitude for all you gave to me, for all the memories. A sea of memories. Thank you. All right. Here's another new one. This one's called Open Up the Door. I can't decide, actually, if I'm going to call it. This other title is really long. How much wishing things were different is one supposed to do? I think open up the door, hey? So yeah, I'm gonna just tune while I talk here. Open up the door. I've spent the past I think it was around 5 years now, wishing things were different and kind of living in the past, which really splits you in two. Hard times. And then I wrote a song about that and about the door, just being there, and you gotta just open it and go through it. And there you are in the future. So this is called Open Up the Door. I just decided.
Nice.
How much wishing things were different is one supposed to do when none at all will never get you through? They say it causes suffering. Life is split in two. One is gone, the other one's got you blue. Once the past, you can't go back. We've all been there before. The other one's the future. Open up the door. They always raise the toast to you, made you feel at home. Funny what comes along when you'd rather be alone. There'll always be that one time it happened so fast, turned into a whirlwind, never meant to last. Once the past, you can't go back. We've all been there before. The other one's the future. Open up the door. One's the past, you can't go back. We've all been there before. The other one's the future. The other one's the future. The other one's the future. Open up the door. Open up the door. Thank you. We're going to do another song, and we're going to take a little break. I think it's like a 15-minute break to stretch, do whatever else you can do here. And I'm going to sing a song that I wrote, and it's really connected me to the west coast of Newfoundland, and it's been lovely. My dad and I wrote this song just before he passed away 5 years ago. About the infamous Wreck House Winds and Lockie McDougall. Yes. And I got to meet Lockie McDougall's granddaughter and play this song on Station Road in St. Andrews, where it all went down a couple of years ago. This was in the late 50s, and my dad just had started working with the railway, and he got stationed over here and didn't know that there was a system where Lockie, who's, if you don't know him, I guess most of you do, but just in case, he was a hunter and trapper who lived in the area pretty much right next to the railroad track, and he was employed as a wind sniffer, the only one in the world. And he would call up on a direct line. He had a direct line to the station when it was too windy for the trains to come through. So Dad was just working away by himself one day and got a phone call, and this guy was saying, stop the trains, but he didn't really know what was going on. So he called Bishop's Falls, and they said, yeah, it's Lockie McDougall. You got to stop the trains. And we heard this story growing up all our lives, because it was a good story. Dad loved to tell stories and loved to tell this one. And so I thought maybe I could write a song about this, and I asked him about, just kind of interviewed him, I guess, a little bit about it. Found out that when the mainland took over, the railway, a manager came to town and found out that they had a system for Lockie to call in, and he told them not to call in anymore, that they were going to rely on the forecast. And so that's what happened. And then, of course, the winds picked up and picked the train up off the track, and then Lockie got his job back. And then his wife took over after that. Yeah. So I was almost finished writing this song, but I couldn't get quite the last line of the chorus. I was just at a standstill with it. So I had been playing it along to my dad as I was getting it finished, and I just said to him one day, I'm stuck in this last line. It needs to rhyme with pass. And he said, hold the trains in Riverview and Port aux Basques. And I was like, wow, that fits perfectly. That's really good, Dad. So my dad, Jim Ryan, sent this out for him. Oh, and I believe we're allowed to sing along here tonight, if you're comfortable with that. So it's pretty straightforward. It's like a call and response, and I'm going to go, stop the trains, and you're going to go, stop the trains, just like that. And I have some Stop the Trains t-shirts for sale and some CDs. I think David already mentioned that. So if you're interested, it's out there in the lobby, and I'll see you out there too, perhaps. It was 1957 or 58, I'd say, when a call came on the crank phone with a message to relay. The southeast winds were baffling down the mountain range. I knew nothing of the winds out there, and I was all alone. And I could hardly hear the stranger crackling on the phone. It was Lockie MacDougall, the human weather vane, direct line to the station telling me, stop the train. Here we go. Stop the train from going down the track. Wreckhouse winds are blowing, they're blowing mighty fast. Stop the train. Stop the train. You don't want to let them pass. Hold them at Riverview and Port aux Basques. Lockie MacDougall, the human weather vane, he had a way of knowing when the winds were gonna change. When he'd call the station, it was time to stop the trains. Many an hour had passed before he'd let them go again. Stop the train. Stop the train from going down the track. Wreckhouse winds are blowing, they're blowing mighty fast. Stop the train. Stop the train. You don't want to let them pass. Hold them at Riverview and Port aux Basques. Darren Brown. He said one man's authority should never stop a train. They replaced him with a forecast, took away his pay. When the mighty winds picked up a train, they hired him back to stay. Stop the train, from going down the track. Wreckhouse winds are blowing, they're blowing mighty fast. Stop the train, you don't want to let them pass. Hold them at Riverview, hold them at Riverview, hold them at Riverview and Port aux Basques. Thank you so much. We'll see you shortly. This little tour that we're on is my debut button accordion tour. We're just going to do one set of tunes. Darren knows all the tunes. He plays them on all the instruments, and I was inspired by Dwayne Andrews has an album with Aaron Collis, recorded at Mallard Cottage. I think it's called Live at Mallard Cottage. So I learned. Someone gave me this. My friend's uncle owned this. I don't know how old it is, but her mom gave it to me because it wasn't being used. He passed away. He lived in the States, and he kept an accordion here for when he came home. So I got it, and then Stan Pickett fixed it up, and I started to learn it. And I took some lessons online this year with Aaron Collis himself. So here's one on their album. It's called The Stacks. And the stacks the first one is Stack of Wheat, and the second one is a stack of barley. This is the stacks, and I'm still learning this, so please be kind. All right. Thank you. Hopefully there'll be more of that in the future. All right. Now we're going to move to another accordion.
Flacco time.
Piano is my instrument, so this is a little easier, although I shouldn't talk myself up too much here. This is a Spanish number. Darren speaks Spanish and French and maybe other languages, a bit of German. Inspired me to sing some Spanish.
Just a few phrases in a few languages.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good with the Spanish, though.
He's very humble.
Yeah.
This is a little loose. Okay, there we go. So yes, this is a song by Flaco Jimenez, and he is a Mexican button accordion player, and he's fabulous. He lives in Texas, and Darren, what were you saying about him earlier today? Oh, he's
just he's kind of someone that everyone's heard, but you don't really realize it because he's played with the Stones albums and Bob Dylan and Emmylou Harris. If you hear,
he's a Grammy Award-winning button accordion player,
and he does his own thing, of course, which is kind of what we're gonna do. But yeah. It's called Margarita, which is Spanish for a daisy, the flower daisy. But this is about a girl, I guess. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Margarita, Margarita, no me subas tan arriba que las hojas en el árbol no duran toda la vida. Desde aquí te estoy mirando, sentadita en tu ventana, qué bonitos ojos tienes, lucero de la mañana. Ay, qué lástima, qué lástima, qué lástima me da de ver a Margarita que llorando está. Ay, qué lástima, qué lástima, qué lástima me da de ver a Margarita que llorando está. Chinelas y un vestido tan bonito para que bailes la boca al estilo tacochito. Desde aquí te estoy mirando, cara a cara, frente a frente, pero no eres para hacerme chiquitito, vente, vente. Lástima me da de ver a Margarita que llorando está. Ay, qué lástima, qué lástima, qué lástima me da de ver a Margarita que llorando está.
Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias, amigas y amigos. Sherry Ryan tocando al acordeón.
Going to do a song now that I wrote about a camp kettle in Labrador. I was working in a fishing lodge there, and cleaning this camp kettle. It's a lovely blue enamel kettle, kind of like, well, I don't know. The floors look that color right now to me. And when the fishing guides would take it out, I was working at Rifflin Hitch on Eagle River, and when the guides would take the kettle out for the day trip and cook over an open fire, it would come back black, and it was so easy to clean. It just wipes off so easily, and it would look brand new. And I got so enamored with how easy, I don't know, it was so satisfying to clean this kettle. I started writing a song about it. And it was the same color blue as the labradorite on the flecks of labradorite in the tiled floor. And it ended up being a song about my dad, because we had talked about going to Labrador to visit Forteau, where his mom's family is from. And so this is called I Made It on My Own. Scrub the camp kettle, comes back blue, well reflects on the Labrador floor. Satisfies something brand new. I know I won't see you anymore. We planned for the big land when the summer disappeared. You disappeared in summer after all. After all we shared and planned to go there, you never made Labrador at all. But I made it on my own. I made it on a whim. You never did like the way I wrote. How I wish we could sit and talk. How am I supposed to let you go? Back on the farm, I'll hear no more of the sounds that were so familiar. Tractor in the snow, the basement door, and laughter in the room as you got sillier. Nothing's the same, but everything you made is here. You never made the hay, and we made it anyway. You never made Labrador this year. But I made it on my own. I made it on a whim. You never did like the way I wrote. How I wish we could sit and talk. How am I supposed to let you go? Under the beautiful big sky, I lie and I cry and I wonder why. I made it on my own. I made it on a whim. You never did like the way I wrote. How I wish we could sit and talk. How am I supposed to let you go? Yeah, how I wish we could sit and talk. And how am I supposed to let you go? Thank you. So a couple of years ago, Mike McDonald, who lives in Twillingate now, he was doing these shows where he'd get songwriters to write a song. He'd choose the topic, and you had a week to write it. So he gave me a topic, something you would see on the highway when you're driving from Corner Brook to St. John's. And we were all going to Twillingate to sing our songs a week later. So my dad was in hospital, and I was just not in a place to write a song that week. So off I went in the car with a bunch of people with no song written. And then we got on our way to Clarenville. There's this house on the left side of the road at Blackbrook, and it's this just in the middle of nowhere on the highway. There's no houses around it, and I've always been intrigued by it. So I started to write that song. Funnily enough, you can only see it when you're driving west. So I wrote a song about something you can't see on the highway when you're driving from Corner Brook to St. John's, unless you really turn around. That's dangerous because it's tucked in behind a hill. So this is called The Old House at Blackbrook. I really want to stop and tell them I wrote a song about their house, but they probably don't want to see me. I don't know. You never know. Anybody ever notice this house I'm talking about? Yes. Okay. Might not get to see it unless you're heading west. The old house on the highway at Blackbrook is the best. Tucked off to the side, still there in full view. A woodpile, gravel drive, and rolling hills of blue. Was it built 100 years ago? Was the highway even there? With cars and trucks passing by, and passengers who stare. An old salt box, they call it. Oh, that's the wrong words. A carload of us saw it on our way out here today. We all agreed if we could, we'd pack it in and stay. The old house at Blackbrook is not something you see when you're heading in the highway from the west coast to the east. But on your way to Clarenville, just there on your left side, there's an old house tucked in a hill where beauty likes to hide. Curtis pointed out the view just across the way. Cliffs, trees, ocean on $1 million day. An old salt box, they call it, like the ones everywhere. Kitchen and a parlor, bedrooms up the stairs. The old house at Blackbrook is not something you see when you're heading in the highway from the west coast to the east. But on your way to Clarenville, just there on your left side, there's an old house tucked in a hill where beauty likes to hide. Look for that old house tucked in a hill where beauty likes to hide. Thank you. we're going to switch back to Bouzouki and finish off the night with a couple of numbers. That way. We're going to do a song here now that is an old folk song, old traditional song. I heard it first, I think, from Paul Brady, a wonderful singer, guitar player from Ireland, and it's called The Lakes of Pontchartrain. It was on one fine March morning I bid New Orleans adieu, and I took the road to Jackson Town, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, which filled my heart with longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. I stepped on board a railroad car beneath the morning sun, and I rode the rails till evening when I laid me down again. All strangers there, no friends to me, till darker toward me came, and I fell in love with the Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said, my pretty Creole girl, my money here is no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep out in the woods. You're welcome here, kind stranger. Our house is very plain, but we'd never turn a stranger out on the banks of Pontchartrain. She took me to her mommy's house and treated me right well. Her hair upon her shoulders in jet black ringlets fell, to try and paint her beauty, I'm sure 'twould be in vain. So handsome was my Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I asked her if she'd marry me, and she said it never would be. true she did remain, till he returned to his Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. So it's fare thee well, my bonny own girl, I'll never see you more. And I'll not forget your kindness and your cottage by the shore, and at every social gathering a flowing glass I'll drain, and I'll drink a health to my Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. Thank you. We're going to finish off with a song from my first album. It's called One of Those Amazing Nights, which is what this is here tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out and being a wonderful audience. And thank you to Brad and Jordan and David and everyone here at the Arts Center for hosting this, hosting us in this beautiful venue. It's a real treat.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, thank you to Darren Brown. I just have to say one more thing. Sorry, I can't continue until I say that in a month from now, on September 26th, the Sunday evening, we're coming back with the Country Jamboree Band, and there's 7 of us, and it's all old country. Darren plays bass in that band, and Wade Daw, who's a wonderful singer from Cupids, is coming to sing some George Jones and Loretta Lynn, and it's going to be a really fun night. We've got pedal steel, and we're going to be really excited. I'm really excited to come back, so had to say that, sorry. Go just right. This is it. This is life. Sit back, enjoy it. You always think you're not there yet. You're standing in some thicker dream you can't forget. This is it. It's a catch-22, and then too many more come. You're walking around in darkness like you just begun. All we can say is here we go again. myself around. I don't know why I don't turn myself around. I don't know why I don't turn myself around. Thanks a lot, everyone. Good night. Yeah, we got one more. All right.
It is actually one more. $1 more.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do. Well, I was talking earlier about Gillian Welch, one of my favorite songwriters. So we're going to do a song by Gillian Welch. You might have seen her, heard her music in the film "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," and she made a little cameo appearance there where she goes up to the counter and goes, "You got any soggy bottom boys?" That's Gillian Welch. And she also, yeah. Anyway, this is called "One More Dollar." We haven't had a chance to do this all weekend, so thanks for the encore. A long time ago, I left my home for a job in the fruit trees, and I miss those hills with the windy pines. Their song seemed to suit me. I sent my wages to my home, said we'll soon be together for the next good crop. Pay my way and we'll be home forever. One more dime to show for my days. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. One more dollar and I'm going home. No work, said the boss at the bunkhouse door. There's a freeze on the branches. So when the dice came out, just a boy passing 20. Well, could you pay spare a dime or a Christian prayer? My love is turned against me. One more dime to show for my day. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. One more dollar and I'm going home. One more dollar, boys, I'm going home. Thank you.